So
I'll start by saying that I came on a little bit after the creation of the Steam Powered Giraffe, so goodbye.
Okay, a long time ago, I was taking a mime class with a very talented mime named Jerry Hager in San Diego, Grossmont Community College. He was the Seaport Village mime for 26 years. He was just amazing. I took mime as kind of a, oh, this looks fun. And I was taking his acting class at the time, and he suggested it, and I thought it was wonderful. So I took it, and I met John Sprague and Aaron Burke, and they were some of the kids who were a little bit better at the mime, and so was I. And so he had us do some events, I think, or we just kind of buddied up, and we got really attached to the robot.
I was in there too somewhere.
Yeah, I think the next semester, next year, because we had so much fun. And he came in and he learned, and then we took it 3 more times, just the same class, just to learn. And we would do children's camps or silent auctions for charity, just doing white-faced. We would dress up as pirates or cowboys. Basically doing a lot of clowning. There's some mime work. And then, but we really, really fell in love with the robot. So we decided, well, David did, I think, and John, they kind of convinced me and Aaron to go down to Balboa Park and just kind of play some music and do the robot, put a hat out and see what happens. And instantly, people really liked it because here's robots that can talk. And someone said to us, you guys, when you guys are just not in character, you guys are really funny. You should make it more comedic. And we're like, what? We're not funny. And so it became a comedy thing. And we met Steve, we met Mike, what else? And then
you met Matt, right?
But why a Steam Powered Giraffe?
But this was before the group was made.
Why not Steam Powered Beatles?
That's a good question.
Okay. We basically came up with the most asinine name we could before we had this idea for the robots, because it was supposed to be just this really hipster-esque kind of album name.
I thought it was really funny. It was like Steam Powered Giraffe. It's like steampunk, and there's gentlemen on a giraffe, and aren't we so clever and witty?
And then we're like, oh wow, that name is really good.
We are.
So we retrofitted the entire story as we kind of said, yeah, we're these robots. Our first name was PeopleBots, and it was the robot's name. So
as you can see, every idea we've ever had has been fabulous.
So we retrofitted the story to talk about the Steam Powered Giraffe, and just kind of took off from there. You came in,
Yeah.
The rest is on our website.
There's a nice overview of what has happened. I think the Wikipedia, whoever keeps that going, it's not us, you can't do that yourself, but it has a nice generalized version of the history of the group. And then our website has the more detailed version. And, why not Steam Powered anything else?
It's
I like giraffes,
It's such a weird name.
you like goggles.
Yeah. I like steampunks, and you like giraffes until everyone gave you giraffe-themed items for your birthday.
Every year for the rest of my life.
I casually said, yeah, I kind of like giraffes, they're pretty cool. And then suddenly you get nothing but giraffes.
Well, it should have been Steam Powered Lamborghini or something like that. I always make that joke, and it always kills.
Let's go on to another question.
Let's. Oh, I see someone back! You there.
Yeah, so you guys have all your original stuff is really awesome, and then I recently started are covering songs. So how do you decide to cover, what songs, how do you decide which songs to cover, and why did you, what made you decide to cover, because your own stuff is really creative anyway, and your covers are awesome too, by the way.
So the question is how do we choose what songs to do cover versions of? I think it just started with me joking around.
Well, when we did, I don't know if you guys did covers before the zoo, but at the zoo, that was a prerequisite of playing.
Yeah, we've done if you're talking about YouTube specifically, we have 3 covers on there, but we've actually performed covers because we performed at the San Diego Zoo for 2 summers in a row. 73 days straight for
74 days
74
straight.
days straight. And they required us in our contracts to play cover songs every few sets. So we chose good ones that we could do. We did the Bee Gees and the Beatles, and some cool music that was
The yogurts, the
that everyone could
tire
agree on.
wheels.
So that's kind of where we picked those based on we like the Beatles. We're influenced by the Bee Gees, ELO, and all that.
The covers now is basically what is a song that we'll all agree to. There's been a lot that we can't, so we can't do them. So.
But I mean, it started with I just did something and I made it and I finished and I'm like, here, can we use it or not? And they're like, okay. And so Diamonds came out.
Well, you brought it to me and I was like, can we add the giraffe into it just to make it kind of ending?
And sure. So we put Gigi the Giraffe in the video too. And then the other two were just because there's pressure to do more. Basically. And we're like, oh, and then I think I still tried to do that. I'm pretty done with it now.
Yeah,
Well, David's working on Katy Perry's Roar right now.
And any pop song that comes up in the next year, we're doing.
We're doing Wrecking Ball next. And it's,
well, it was fun, but I think. Well, I'm done with it. I'm done.
That's what you said last time.
Well, Diamonds was cool. I liked doing that one, and the others were fun.
No, it was great.
They get so many YouTube views,
Yeah.
and our original stuff, not so much. So.
No, we'll see what happens. I mean,
But yeah, that's a factor. We want people to draw to our channel to look at our other
yeah,
stuff.
but Honeybee took like 4 years to get to 2 million.
So yeah, we do Diamonds, and it skyrockets, and we're like, oh well, I guess that's just how the internet is. If it's a song that someone else already knows, they're like, oh, there's a robot singing a woman's song. Let's go watch it. Hey, it works. But that's not our.
Literally, you could sing anything as a spine and it'd be funny, so let's just do that.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, no, it was fun.
Baby, you're a firework. Next question.
yeah. Oh, with the camcorder.
When you're not performing and walking down the street, how often do you get recognized?
Do we get recognized on the street?
In San Diego, maybe a little bit more than anywhere else, but we're pretty incognito.
I'm inside most of the time.
It's a genetic thing. The gingers need to stay away from the UV.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'll take your soul, no problem.
But yeah, no, we've been recognized before. Since we grew up in San Diego, a lot of people have seen us in Balboa Park too, so we run into people who remember us from there, or the San Diego Zoo. We don't really walk around other places too much because we're like in hotels doing events. But in our hometowns, yeah, I definitely get recognized. Like movie theater, just a fan will come up and like, oh my God, you're such and such from that band. And, like, yeah.
Like, oh, you're Jamie Hyneman from
Howard, run that way. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's not like there's swarms of people.
Well, when you're in makeup, like no one knows what you look like when you're. So it's like we'll walk down the street. I've gone to Comic-Con before dressed like this. No one knows who I am because my look keeps changing anyway. So
yeah, I think it's the fans who like follow us a bunch on like Tumblr and stuff that kind of know what we look like without makeup. They're the kind of people who stop us in San Diego and stuff because they stop us.
Who's that peeking in the shower? You there, on the end.
Amongst the ever-changing makeup in the band, has there been a line drawn for Hatchie's hairline?
Has there been a line drawn? Yeah, I mean, it's right here.
the eyes are where you can't make above the eyes.
They're more like ellipses if you look, it's just a complete circle.
I tried growing hair on my eyeballs. And it hurt a lot. We'll see what happens. No, I don't know. There's no answer to that, because I don't know the future. I could get some sort of disease that makes me completely hairless. And then I'll be like boring bot number 3. No offense, guys.
Yeah,
Because facial hair
I
is
had,
the coolest
I had
thing.
facial hair for a show.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could get grow a beard after one, so we should all be beards, right? So just watch out. It'll be the beard tour.
right here in the front.
Okay, but how much do you have to grind when you cover titanium?
We've gotten that request a lot. I don't even know what the song is.
Not familiar.
I think I've heard it, but I don't remember.
I get it because the title is about metal, and titanium metal is fine. So I know that much.
Well, how much money?
Yeah, how much are we?
If you do any cover song, just send your check in the mail.
Bonnie right now? 'Cause,
Milady in the back with the goggles.
How much makeup do you go through?
Question is, how much makeup do we go through?
about 4 barrelfuls a year.
Actually, not that much. I mean, we put on makeup at the minimum probably twice a month if we're doing shows.
And it
This
just
one.
stays the rest of the time?
And then that's it. Just keep it up. No, but the makeup lasts a while. You know, you get a nice dish of the black, the water base. That lasts at least a few months.
It's really hard to quantify, just for us personally, because when I see it going away, is when you're in the shower and the shower is black and stuff. I'm like, how much of this is makeup and how much of this is from my body? It's hard to quantify. We used to buy stuff in bulk. Now, whenever I'm running out, I just run to the makeup store and I pick up a thing of it.
Yeah.
So I really don't keep track of that.
It lasts a while, especially the metallic powder. That seems to go,
Oh, yeah.
go
Oh, yeah.
a long way. Just a little bottle, like $11 will last at least half a year.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh,
based on the shows you're doing.
let's get right here, you lady.
I don't know. I can't remember. I have a couple that I'm cycling through right now. I'm trying to find the right ones. So. I think this one is made on Etsy, which is why it's not holding up too well. But it's probably only has another show left in it before it's destroyed, unfortunately. It's very pretty, but it just cannot do a thing with it.
It must be tough having hair. Now you know the. Oh no, wait, no, we all don't know it. Where's Steve? He usually has hair, so. You should make a comment about how we're all bald in here. Steve's not.
Steve had all the hair from us. He took it.
It's okay.
And he turned it into dreadlocks. Ew.
Let's get another question.
I'm picking still. Let's do,
Got one back here, jump in.
no, I see him. I'm just trying to make a decision. Yeah, okay. Young man, I don't want to riot in here. You, sir. Where did you learn to sing?
Where did we learn to sing?
Where did we learn to sing?
Well,
On the streets.
I think, well, everyone likes singing in the shower and stuff like that. But we have had some training. When I was in high school, Bunny and I did choir because they want to keep you in high school longer, even though you're ready to go. So senior year, we took choir because you have to, you're grasping at straws what elective you're going to take just to waste time. So we took choir, and then we did some musical theater in high school, and then I went to college and did a bunch of musical theater, voice classes and stuff like that. And that's basically where all any singing stuff comes from. Is a little bit of high school and a lot more in college.
I just started doing band stuff in like high school, and everybody wanted to be the front man, and so everybody was singing and stuff, and I was just the one who did it the best out of my friends, so I just kept going with it, and they all started playing drums and stuff. I just copied my favorite bands, I guess, essentially, when I was in high school, when I started. And I did one musical in high school, I think.
Yeah, I remember that
and,
musical. How to succeed in business without really trying.
I got the lead because I was in a band and stuff, and I can't profess that I knew how to sing then, but you just have to try it. If you're looking to start singing, you can go classes or you can just start belting it out. Can't be embarrassed though, is the thing. Can't be afraid to put on a show for people, I guess.
I remember seeing Sam up there as Jake Pierpont Finch, and I was like, oh man, he's so cool.
Oh, that was such a pain in the butt. So many
And then
songs.
seeing that weight training this senior year. You know, because we were
How
big
to
buff.
apply for a
Right.
job? How to blah 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 blah.
Oh, you still remember?
I got locked in the locker because I was like the week before the show. I didn't know some of the songs. And then what's his name got really pissed at me. He's like, you're gonna get stuck in the closet until you learn the songs,
I remember
words.
that. I remember that.
It's awful.
Glad you didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm glad I know the lines now. Yeah. Singing tips.
Yeah, we tried.
Definitely nothing professional, I guess. Just start it if you stuff. Let's have another question. Hatchworth.
I just wanted to know about like pre-show preparation because when I found out they used water-based makeup, I was shocked because I figured you guys you're wearing lots of clothing, so you don't have to do as much makeup. But then, how do you not sweat it all off? And are you just used to it because of the California weather? Because Pacific Northwest. I live in a basement. I like the
Yeah.
cold.
How does our makeup stay on if we use waterproof makeup and we don't sweat it all off, I suppose?
It really doesn't stay on. It doesn't stay on at all. We touch up where we can, and you just kind of.
By the end of the show, if you come to the show tonight, we will not have as much makeup on our face.
Yeah. It's dark usually, so it doesn't look too bad. But
You know, in Canada, it was outside, it was really cold, so I didn't sweat at all. And that was the best pictures from that show, I think, right? Yes, maybe, if you got any good ones.
Yeah, the only stuff that's water-based is my orange, so I usually get that kind of puddling at the bottom of my feet when I take off my shoes. Oh, I got orange foot again.
I think we have time for a couple more questions. We have about 10 minutes.
Alrighty. Mrs. Demon.
So, like, how do you come, like, where do you get inspirations for your songs? Like, how do you come up with ideas and all that? Like, dancing things?
How do we come up with our ideas for songs? I mean, it runs the gamut. I mean, Fancy Shoes in particular was something that Bunny would express interest. I wrote a song and, like, I don't even remember when I wrote it, but it had a catchy chorus, and Bunny remembered it and wanted to bring it back to life, and so we brought it back to life that way, and every song is different, and honestly has its own origins, I would say.
A lot of it starts with a theme. Well, for some of the more genre-specific ones, it's like, I want to make a song about a cowboy or a pilot, or I want to make one that sounds like from the 1970s or the 50s or the 60s. And we kind of,
Yeah.
that's usually where it starts. Then we kind of, it really depends on the song. Story songs, we have a few of those, and those kind of are built more around trying to convey a story. Or there's ones that are basically just written because we have a nice hook. And so we like to.
I guess from just from growing up and watching cartoons and watching movies, you just want to make your own, and if we can't afford to make movies and cartoons, then we will write songs because that's the cheapest way to do it.
It is the cheapest.
Storytelling, I suppose, when you have something you want to say, and we use the robots as a conduit to express ourselves, I suppose. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good question. Let's have another question. Yes, Shell, please.
I want to ask about the internet and features. And I noticed on Tumblr sometimes you interact with them and respond to them. How do you decide who to engage and why do you engage them?
So the question is, how do we choose to engage haters?
Yeah, the haters, internet.
Well, we definitely interact with lots of people on the internet when we have time, haters and not haters.
I guess I'm just asking because I've been told don't
Okay.
them, don't engage them, don't.
Sometimes that's usually what we do. Sometimes you just
you always want to, like, if you can educate, like, if people are onto something, you're like, maybe they're right, maybe I'm a jerk and they smell bad. But, for critiquing, I'm like, well, that's not right, I wish I could set them straight. Some people you might be able to get to if you're nice about it, but I think we've learned our lesson to just, shut up, just talk to the fans who are friendly, let people hate, and, drawing attention to, you're not going to win because it's the internet. They have a shield around them. They're anonymous. They're bigger than what they actually are. Just like
I guess from our position, it's more of here's people raining on other people's parades, whether it's ours or you know other groups of fans and stuff. And it's like you want to be the person to stop that and say, hey, just everyone be friends, but it doesn't work that way. So we kind of just.
I think we've stopped now, kind of just trying. We've done it for a few years, it just doesn't work.
How much, do we have time for another? Or?
Sure. Yeah, we went up till about 3:05, so I think we're good to go right to 3.
You sir, over here on the end with the purplish blue hair. I didn't want to say.
I was going to ask, what is personally, which one of you guys, what is your favorite music video that you like film? Each one of you.
Film? What is our favorite video that we filmed? So it's a Steam Powered Giraffe video. I still remember I had a really good time doing Quest for the Golden Harp and Eternal Dreams. The fantasy bits was really fun. It was a really fun day.
Yeah. As far as music videos go, that one, even though it's not a music video. I like that one too.
Yeah, if we could choose that one was the funnest.
Actually, there's one that we can't talk about. Never mind.
Yeah, see, we have cool things in it, but it's not a question.
Yeah. Good question. Sorry about that.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. What?
We filmed something.
We won't tell.
You won't talk about it, I swear.
Oh, yeah! That was really fun!
I think the most fun that we have is when we don't have to do everything. When we get to just be behind the camera. And that was the Golden Harp of Eternal Dreams. We were able to just have someone else shoot it, and you just got to be little like characters having fun.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really enjoy shooting music videos.
It's hard
It's a lot of work.
We need a crew desperately, and we just gotta find the right.
Because it kind of sucks.
Free.
Like, okay, I'm gonna have everybody. Now I'm gonna be behind the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna walk in front of it. It's like it's just too much work to do ourselves. But
It's true.
yeah, you got to do some stuff yourselves because.
I think Diamonds came out the best, just as
And
far
which
as
is
music videos go.
I did
It looks really nice.
It's just
For some
myself,
reason.
and then I had Bunny just hit record a bunch of times and make sure I was in frame, and that was it. Yeah. Simplicity is good sometimes. Take that away with you. Started a bit late, so.
You sir with the glasses.
So what is the story behind each of your stage names?
What is the story behind each of our stage names?
So my stage name is The Spine, and that comes from an alias I used back as a child on the AOL days. That's America Online. When we had 14K dial-up back then. You know, way back then in the 90s. It's not very long. And I like dinosaurs, and there was that whole thing about, dinosaurs had feathers and stuff, and I really liked spines on like raptors and stuff like that. So Spine Raptor was my handle for many years and still is on lots of things. So I just tried to use that and The Spine. And somehow, I have a fake story that I tell sometimes. Is when I hurt my back one time, I had to get x-rays of it, and then the guy, the doctor I think his name was, he was like, "This is the most beautiful spine I've ever seen in an x-ray." And I'm like, "Thank you. I'm going to use that as a stage name." But that's not, I mean, it's true, but that's not, I already had.
Tell that story.
Yeah.
Okay, well yeah, so it was fun.
Hatchworth is, when I first started creating Hatchworth, he had a hatch. He was going to be made with the hatch on his chest. And that's basically it.
You had some other names that you were throwing around.
Yeah, one of my first iterations was crosshatch, which is a particular style of moving your pencil to create texture or whatever, but so I really like that word hatch, I guess, and I really want to keep it in there. And Hatchworth is just like a butler type sound, a very Victorian gentleman's type way of saying something, I guess.
And Rabbit was from Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, I guess we can clear out in 3 minutes. Well, actually, we're not really clearing out the panels, we're just kind of shuffling them. So you may sit because no one's telling you what to do. So.
Yes, this concludes Steam Powered Giraffe's Q&A. Thank you all for joining.